something that I've told myself over the years is that I work better under pressure, or I work better under a deadline, right? And I think that it definitely makes you go. Like, you have to get it done. But what if you don't? I've been in that position where I've actually missed deadlines. I've failed because I waited until I needed that feeling of pressure. So there's just so much that goes along with this Superman, Superwoman syndrome when we're trying to do it all.
Welcome to the Be It Till You See It podcast, where we talk about taking messy action, knowing that perfect is boring. I'm Lesley Logan, Pilates instructor and fitness business coach. I've trained thousands of people around the world, and the number one thing I see stopping people from achieving anything is self-doubt. My friends, action brings clarity, and it's the antidote to fear. Each week, my guests will bring bold, executable, intrinsic, and targeted steps that you can use to put yourself first and be it till you see it. It's a practice, not a perfect. Let's get started. Welcome back to the Be It Till You See It interview recap, where my co-host and live Brad and I are going to dig into the demystifying convo I had with Jill Allen in our last episode. If you haven't yet listened to that interview, feel free to pause this now and go back and listen to that one. Or you can listen to this one and then see if you align with what we liked in that one. Maybe you like something different.
Maybe, yeah.
So today is October 23rd, 2025, and there was no good days. So yesterday, the 22nd, was National Make a Dog's Day. And I don't want to forget this. So pause. You guys, on the day that we're recording this is a month from when this is releasing. And so a month ago from when you're listening to this, and 2 days, was like National Amazing Wife's Day. And my husband did not know. And he didn't announce anything. No public displays of affection on Instagram. Nothing. I'm just saying it was a very important holiday, and it will never land on a Thursday because it's always on the third Sunday of every month.
What date was that?
It was September 21st. And if you look at the days, and the reason I know is because Rick posted about mine. And he said it was National Amazing Wife's Day on the third Sunday of every month. He actually must have also gotten his day from the exact same website. So anyways,
that's pretty badass, Rick.
No, I don't think he listens, but anyways.
He doesn't listen.
He doesn't. If
You're showing me up. You're making me look bad over here.
But just like that, we took him right back down because he's not even listening to this. No. Anyways, I'm just telling you that we don't do this on the Sundays, and you're missing out on good holidays that could involve celebrating me. But today,
okay. I see what's important here.
But today we are celebrating National Make a Dog's Day. And so October 22nd, yesterday, National Make a Dog's Day, is how we use this day to ensure that the dogs around us enjoy themselves as best as possible. Oh my Lord. This is a day to spread information about dogs' importance in our lives and how much they can improve our days with love and loyalty.
In case you didn't already
Is there any scientific evidence of this other than it makes us feel good? I only know anecdotal, yes, my dog is better because of my life is better because of my dog. But is there any science behind this? Did the day give us anything? No. So we're just going to say it. We also use this day to encourage people to adopt from shelters and provide a better life for at least one puppy. May I suggest an older dog? Go to your local SPCA. We donate to the Nevada one, and we got to tour the facility, and it is amazing.
It is.
OPC donates to them. And the time of this release, Cody and Onyx better be adopted, you guys, because I'm really fucking struggling. I just Brad, I think, wanted to invite Onyx in because she's 11 and she's a little black version of Gaia. I'm not even kidding. Same underbite, same everything. Very agile. Actually, Gaia was not that agile at 11. We'll say that. And I want Cody, and Cody is way too big. And we don't have time for that energy right now.
No.
But go to your local SPCA and go meet the dogs, go play with the dogs, become a volunteer and walk the dogs. You can even read to the dogs, right? Because clearly that is going to make your life better. And you can also foster. If you know, I'm only in town for a couple weeks at a time, you can become a foster and you won't even fail because you are oh no, I'm a big professional foster. I'm only going to take a dog for as long as I'm in town and things and they supply the food and the medical, and you're just the house. You just get the love of the dog, and it's quite great. So we mean the world for a dog, and it's time we ensure they get everything they deserve. I'm going to say
Our dogs are so fucking spoiled that this kind of holiday feels like a dog made it up. But at any rate, our lives are better because they're in it. It's for sure.
There's no question about that. Well, hey, I'm really excited to be home. We just got back from Cambodia and Singapore.
Got back, and we're hugging our dog. And and making his life better.
We're hugging our dog.
How nice of us to come home just in time for this holiday.
How nice of you better feel special, Bayonne.
He's not even.
We came home just for you. Yeah, he abandoned us. So it was, look, Cambodia is magical. What an amazing experience. And you're missing out if you haven't joined us yet. So you should go get on the wait list for next year. Go to crowsnestretreats.com, crowsnestretreats.com. We will be making the announcement pretty soon about next year's trip, but I'm going to tell you secret listener insider info. It's in October of next year, and it's going to be...
The dates are on the site.
So the 18th to the 23rd.
Yeah, and January is when we will announce the...
I don't think the dates are on the site yet, so we're just telling you right now.
Okay, yeah. So you get the insider for
You get the insider info.
If you were on the wait list already, you got that information. And in January, only the wait list people get the discount. So just saying, save some money, get on the wait list, and snag your spot. We already have released the winter tour event. We actually have, the time we're recording this, have not seen the whole schedule, but I have seen several cities and I have approved several workshops. So I think with confidence, I can say Lexington, Kentucky.
Mm-hmm.
I think with confidence, I can say DC.
Yeah.
I think with confidence, I can say Tampa.
Here, let's just do this because this is
this feels like a guessing game at this point. You're not even helping me out.
Well, because
what with confidence, what can you say?
All right, so
Pensacola,
Colorado Springs.
Oh, yay!
Fayetteville, Arkansas.
Oh, so fun.
Louisville.
Oh, that's different than Lexington.
Oh, sorry, I said it wrong. St. Louis. I'm reading two things here. Then Lexington.
Mm-hmm.
Then Columbus, Ohio.
Oh, we're going back?
We've never been to Columbus.
Oh,
We've
sorry.
been to Dayton.
Sorry.
We've been to Cleveland.
Oh, sorry. I'm sorry.
There's also...
that was such a bad move. That was like a California move. Like,
yeah.
I've been there.
That one's not locked in yet, Columbus, but we're close. We're going to be in Fort Wayne for a day off. Then we're going all the way up to Detroit.
Whoa.
Yeah, we're going to hit it this time, finally. Then it looks like we're swinging around. We are doing our best to line up a spot in Pittsburgh and possibly Rochester.
So
unfortunately,
sounds like these are not real.
Canada is out.
You guys are
Canada is out.
I'm hearing this for the first time.
It's true.
This is the thing. You can't get mad at us, and you can't get mad I don't even think at the Canadian government this time. I think this is a host issue.
This is a host issue. We've been having trouble connecting with studios. It's insane. Like in Toronto and Ottawa, just like nothing. So and we know you want us to come, and they're just not
like
really can't understand that. But yeah, I mean, at this point, we're gonna have to look at the following year because this stuff has already been negotiated.
Yeah.
Saratoga Springs, a private event. Boston, Mass is public. Cape Cod, Mashpee. Providence is a private event. New Haven, Connecticut is day off. Torrington, we're going to teach in Torrington, I think, which is Connecticut. Hershey, PA. Then we got...
I feel like we're not giving them insider on anything because they're like, I could just go to the website and they're hearing days off. They're hearing this
is like... you started this.
I know, but it was more fun the way I was doing. It's like a guessing game.
We're going to be in Rehoboth Beach.
What the fuck is that?
Yeah, that's Delaware.
Oh, okay.
We're going to be
Delaware.
in DC.
It's such a small state.
Virginia
You could just say
Beach.
Delaware. Virginia, we're coming back. We love beach.
We're going to be we're working on Charlotte right now, but not sure yet. We're still working that out.
That was definitely been a problem.
Savannah, Georgia. Then Fort Lauderdale.
We found something in Savannah. No way.
I'm pretty sure.
No, it didn't happen like the last 2 trips. Are you sure that's not like a day off or we're just spending the night?
Could be a day off. Then we're going to go down to Fort Lauderdale where we are teaching.
You know what's fun?
We are teaching.
You know what you can do, everyone? Go to opc.me/events and you can see which of these are days off and which of these are real stops. And
I'm just going to rip through the rest of this. Pensacola, New Orleans, Houston, and Austin.
Fuck yeah.
Houston, we're still working on. And then Phoenix. We're probably most likely teaching in Phoenix.
Yeah.
Either Phoenix or Tucson. We're still figuring that out. But that's the path.
We had some people in Tucson who wanted us to come. So that
we
could be
did.
fun.
Yeah.
Well, there it is, folks. opc.me/events to get the actual lineup with the for sure settled dates and snag what spots
we are recording
remain.
this a month ahead of time. So by the time you're hearing this and seeing that, it will be a lot more clear.
Now you can see it's really a lot of work, and it's really hard because we got a ton of people when we were going to Canada the first time in the Toronto area want us to come, but none of them have studios, and we can't.
Mm-hmm.
We specifically because we're crossing the border, we actually have to be invited. Like we can't just like
wing it.
And then when the tour ends, we come home, kick off Elevate 6, and then we head to Huntington Beach for the Pilates Journal Expo. Go to xxll.co/Pilates Journal. I've decided that's how I'm saying it. xxll.co/Pilates Journal. And you're going to be able to get your tickets. It's a huge lineup. A lot of my friends are doing it. It was kind of fun. Like I knew I was doing it, but they didn't tell me who else was doing it. And like one of the girls that I trained to be a teacher is doing it. So
so cool.
So cool.
Love
so cool.
that.
And I did that so long ago. That's how long she's been a teacher. Cause like that was a long time. I was almost 10 years ago. February Agency Mini is happening. You want to get on the wait list at prfit.biz/mini, PRFIT. That's profit without the O, .biz/mini. And that is for Pilates instructors and studio owners who would like to ditch all the chaos, the noise, the overwhelm, and get their business to work for them.
A lot of people have been asking us, when are we doing it again, y'all? So we're giving you a lot of a heads up here to get ready, get prepared. Go to prfit.biz/mini, get yourself on the wait list so you can catch that early bird when we roll that out. In March, we are going to go to Europe, and we're really fired up about it. We're going to be in Poland and then in Brussels. So go to xxll.co/Poland, xxll.co/Brussels for those two events. And then in April,
POT London, which at the time of this recording, we don't have a link for you to go to. I'm sure it's already been announced, and I'm sure there's an early bird that you don't want to miss. And I am for sure doing the Joe's Gyms, and I still haven't signed a contract. So
it's a party.
But I am pretty sure I am teaching 2 amazing workshops, which is super cool. They are not any workshops that I've ever taught in England before. So if you just came to the mullet tour or you've been to a mullet tour, neither of these workshops have ever seen the light of day in that country. So you want to go. Okay, before we get into the lovely Jill Allen, we have a question to respond to.
We totally do. Let's see. Hold on. Mary Star Pilates. Mary Star Pilates.
Wait, are you on the
I'm on the wrong one. We're just going to leave that in. We're leaving that in. Don't even worry about it. Denise Stargazer said, hey, I would love your opinion about ankle and wrist weights while doing Pilates. How heavy? How often? Is there a leg or ankle preference or brand?
Well, I do love that both 2 questions in a row will have the name Star in them, which is quite cool. But okay, so how do I want to answer this? Joe Pilates did mess around with some foot weights. They were the shape of a shoe. And my friend Joel Crosby made me a pair, and I think I still have them. And they are really hard for me to do Pilates with.
Oh, yeah. They're hard.
In fact, I think that they're
literally like a weighted sole that you strap onto the bottom of your feet.
And I'm going to preface this with both Brad and I are hypermobile bodies. And so because of that, I have the longest legs already. So because of that, I actually think that just a general statement of ankle or leg weights in Pilates is probably not necessary. I do see
the longest limbs.
Well, I do see how these things that Joel created could be useful to someone who's not hypermobile, someone who's already very strong in the practice. And also if someone has a foot boot on, like a foot boot, that's a redundancy, a boot on, like they have a foot injury, I think a weighted ankle weight on the other leg would be helpful because then you have like an evenness to what's happening distally on the leg. But in general, I think these things are a fitness fad that looks freaking cute on the skinny girlies, and they match their outfits, and it's just aesthetically pleasing, but I think it is a waste of time. I think it's so easy for your joints to do the moves, whether you're doing Pilates or not. I think it's so easy for the joints to do the moves. I think it is asking a lot of the connections your body needs to have. So if you are a super strong, connected, non-hypermobile person and you don't feel your hip flexors take over or your back take over, have the most fun. Bala makes super cute ones, by the way. I mean, if you're going to put these ankle weights on and look like a Jane Fonda, it should at least be cute. But I do think that the average person just needs to get started. And I feel like this is just another thing someone would have to buy and invest in, get out, dust off to get their movement practice in. So I'm a not fan of them and I don't use them.
Well, that's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think also too, just from cursory listening to y'all teaching and doing all that stuff, most people are picking up 2 to 5 pound weights. And I know you, every time you're like, just use ones.
In Pilates, you're using one. And in the gym, you're going to pick up heavy weights. Okay. And if you want to use ankle weights at the gym, that is not my fortress. I go there and I work out. My trainer gives me things. And if she told me I needed ankle weights because she's so smart, I would listen to her. But in Pilates, like if you have a Michael Phelps torso and short legs, maybe ankle weights would help balance your torso to your leg situation, some exercises. But I really think before you add tools to things, you might need to. He was like a dolphin. Brad's looking at how long his spine was. He was like a dolphin. He had a ridiculously long spine. But like, I just think that like, it's just one more thing that
still is. He's alive, right?
Well, yeah, he's alive.
Still is like a dolphin.
He still is like a dolphin. So I just think that like, the other thing I'll say about this is ankle weights are like a prop. And Joe never used a prop throughout every single exercise. He used props as tools to teach a connection you needed and got rid of them. So if you are a teacher who's like, oh my God, Lesley, I use the ankle weights for this one exercise to help people. Great. Don't at me. I'm good. I celebrate you. I think it's wonderful. But I just think that like how often, how long, it's just another thing out there that I don't think is as needed. I think we can get so much that applies without making it harder to do. That's my personal opinion. And I love this question so much. I want more questions like these. Send them to thebeitpod.com/questions. Or what's the phone number? Because it's not what I want.
310-905-5534.
I mean, at least it's 310.
Yeah.
It's
Sure.
a good area code.
We'll take it. 310-905-5534 or go to beitpod.com/questions and send us your wins or your questions. Stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into this really heartfelt convo with Jill Allen. And she coaches orthodontics offices.
Are you not going to take a break at all?
Wait for it. She coaches orthodontics offices. And the thing that's crazy is that the conversation is applicable to people of all walks of life.
It really is. We didn't even talk about orthodontics.
Yeah. Stick around. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Let's talk about Jill Allen. Jill is the founder of Jill Allen and Associates.
Doesn't that look like she should be also a lawyer?
Oh, a lawyer or like
should be like a legal office.
Luxury handbags.
Yes.
Jill Allen
Jill
handbags.
Allen. I see that.
Yeah. She's an orthodontic consulting firm. She has over 30 years of experience in the industry and specializes in helping doctors launch their own orthodontic practices, focusing exclusively on startups and supporting new owners who often lack formal business training. That sounds so familiar. She is also the host of Hey Docs, a podcast where she shares business fundamentals and interviews experts to provide valuable insight for all entrepreneurs. Dr. Allen finds her greatest inspiration in seeing her clients grow their practices into thriving multi-million-dollar businesses, which is pretty epic. I love that. And I felt like I commiserated with her a lot because we obviously serve the Pilates industry. Mm-hmm. And so it's really interesting to hear her talk about when she started her consulting firm 19 years ago, there was no, people were not using the internet for this kind of stuff.
No.
They were barely using the internet. Social media was barely starting, right?
I know, because I had an orthodontist when I was in sixth grade. And that means my parents had to just find one in the yellow pages.
Yeah, probably the yellow pages or referral word. Yeah,
maybe,
most likely.
And because I doubt our insurance paid for orthodontic work. You know what I mean? I for sure didn't, because my siblings didn't get the same situation as I did. So yeah, which is something everyone likes to bring up. But I mean, 19 years, even the coaching, what she coaches them has changed, because now it's what they have to do.
Everything has changed.
But
it was fascinating because when we like there wasn't anybody doing what she was doing when she got started. And we felt the same way with agency. There wasn't anybody coaching, Pilates business owners.
I felt a lot of same synergy. But
Yeah.
I also want to say, like, everything I'm about to say to you applies to anybody who's got a dream or a goal or a business.
Yeah.
She said, confidently stand in the space. Like, you got to be confident in the space that you're in. People, and this is so true, people are not going to walk around and believe in you more than you believe. I mean, I believe in our members, I think sometimes more than they believe in them. But the reality is that like random people are gonna be like, oh my God, you have to believe in you. Like, people want to, especially when you are in a service-based business, orthodontics, Pilates, anything, people want the confident person. They don't want the person like, I think I know what I'm doing. Like, we, just before we hit record, our car's in the shop and we have a new mechanic because we have a new car. And, you're like, oh God, how much are they going to rip me off for? It's kind of like taking your dog to the vet. It's like, what's the bill going to be? And you just like spin the wheel. And this guy is like, okay, here's a video of here's where we saw this. We're just going to watch this. He was so, he stood in his confidence. He could be bullshitting me. I don't know what I'm looking at, but like, he was so confident. I told Brad, I was like, I love these guys. These are our mechanics. We're not switching. Like, just that confidence in there. And so I just highly recommend that for anyone who is on a mission. She also stated that being a business owner requires grit and hard work. And there's an incredible, I can't think of her name, it's on the tip of my tongue, but there's an incredible TEDx talk on grit. And the truth is that the reason why most businesses, the businesses that become like successful, they found it's not like they hit lightning in the bottle. It's most of the time that people just had grit. They just kept going. And then she also said there is this pressure on business owners to hit these big financial goals. And then that leads to imposter syndrome. And we've had Brad Bizjack on a couple weeks ago, and he talks about how like he misses all of his goals. But he's the most confident person you've ever met because like how he talks to himself, how he pumps himself up, and how he has confidence not in that he achieved a goal, but in the work that he did. And so she says, like, you have to keep pumping yourself up, even if you don't believe it 100% yet, because that is going to help you with the confidence and showing up and doing the hard work. And we got to take pressure off ourselves to hit the goals yesterday or this. I mean, like, people are like, okay, I'm charging my rates, but I still don't have enough clients. It's like, right, one step at a time. Like, I don't know. I just loved it. What did you think? What did you love?
Yeah, okay. So actually, I was just going to bring up, I'm trying to remember if we had him on the pod. Reed Tileston. Do you remember Reed? Super, super tall professor who owned like many gyms over the years.
Oh, we never had Reed on.
Okay. Well, he wrote a book and it's called Grit It Done. And it's like low risk entrepreneurial tips and stuff. So anyway, I know that's more for people who are starting a business, but when you started talking about grit, it started making me think about Reed. And,
hi, Reed.
Yeah. Hi, Reed. But I really loved when y'all know exactly what I'm going to talk about here, because I keep coming back to this across different interviews where we have the idea of the Superman or the Superwoman syndrome. It's the solopreneur complex is another way to put it, right? Where I have to be the one doing it. I'm I can do it better than everybody else. I don't have the money to outsource or any of that kind of thing. And she specifically honed in on the idea that it makes us feel like we are actually working. It validates our own internal feelings, right? I need to be doing it all. And she said it's an internal conflict and it also creates overwhelm, right? So it's this both thing where like that feeds our ego, but it also creates overwhelm. And it kind of gives us the idea that we are working so hard, right? That we're getting something, we're moving the ball forward somehow.
But we're just treading water.
But a lot of the time we're treading water.
It's really hard to do. Have you just tried treading water recently?
Recently? No, but I used to have to do
we
that.
had to do it in swimming lessons.
Yeah, for like 15 minutes.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a long freaking time.
Especially for you.
No, to be a lifeguard or something, you had to do 30
not like you don't have
45?
the strength and endurance. I mean, your attention span, like you couldn't do anything else. You couldn't like tap something or click something or like you just had to do one thing. I just can't. That'd been the longest 15 minutes for you.
Well, this idea of the Superman, Superwoman syndrome, it really creates like debilitating pressure on you, because when it's not getting done, when something isn't getting done, whose fault is it? It's always our fault. Why? Because we're in the middle of every single project, every single possible thing. And, it creates, sometimes I think something that I've told myself over the years is that I work better under pressure, or I work better under a deadline. Right. And I think that it definitely makes you go. Like, you have to get it done. But what if you don't? I've been in that position where I've actually missed deadlines. I've failed because I waited until I needed that feeling of pressure. So there's just so much that goes along with this Superman, Superwoman syndrome when we're trying to do it all. And she also talked about like the irony here is that overwhelm of like, what if you don't actually know what you're doing? What if you don't get it done? Or, you can be overwhelmed by this realization that I don't know how to do it all, while thinking I have to do it all.
Oh my
Or
God.
I'm the only one that can do this.
That sounds like a terrible torture room to be in your mind.
She said, how do you overcome this? Right. And ultimately it comes down to trusting others to be able to execute or implement in a way that you would be doing it, or as close to you as possible. Right. And she said, take it like eating a cookie, just one little bite at a time and keep moving forward. But then be sure to look back and high five yourself. So in this case, what she's talking about is, as you're delegating, go back and look at little pieces of it and make sure that it's up to the standard that you need. And then you get to high five them, high five yourself. I mean, if you're not running a business here, if this isn't like you're not trying to do that, what if it was walking the dog and you delegated it to a child of yours? Or what if it was cleaning the house?
We used
Chores.
to have those neighbors, the Brazilians, who like legitimately the child was like 8 years old and the other one might have been like, I don't know, 6. And they walked that dog.
And the dog is like way
bigger than them. And we were like, oh my God, should they be doing this? But they did it every day. I watched them do it every day, And so like, I thought that was what a great responsibility. It's easy block. Like, they're not on a dangerous road. They're not crossing any streets.
Yeah. But, or it is, it can be.
I think also, you may have said this, but like, you also don't have to do some things. Like, they just don't get done. Like, you can just park. Okay, you know what's going to happen? We're only going to do laundries on Sunday. And that means everyone has to have enough underwear to get to Sunday. That's how it's got to go. That's when laundry's going to get done. Like, I understand. There's a story that a lot of people tell themselves, the house has to be clean for me to get my work done. Bullshit. It does not have to be clean.
Right.
You have to be able to sit at your desk. And there might be some interesting things about yourself that you might need things to be clean, but it's often an excuse to not do the thing because you have another reason to not do the thing. And I would just challenge yourself to like figure out so there's a whole idea, like, so what? So, and then what? And like follow the path. And like, the reality is a lot of the things that we busy ourselves doing do not lead to the actual goal that we have. And that's what I have to say about that.
Yeah, I love it. Well, I think that we're setting ourselves up for failure when we attempt to do everything all by ourselves.
Yes.
And there are times in our world, in our life, whether that's just due to relationships or finances or whatever, where, we are kicking off a project and we are the one ideating and creating. But when it comes to executing and being creative, it's really hard to wear those two hats at the same time. And it really does help you to train someone properly to help you get all the work done.
Well, and the other thing I just want to say is, or hire a coach to help advise you on what's the most the thing that's priority right now.
Yeah, sure.
Because if you're actually not sure what you're supposed to be focusing on, you could hire help and then be focused on the wrong thing. And so Jill is a perfect example that there is a coach out there for every fucking niche.
Yeah.
So if you are an Pilates instructor and you're not an orthodontist, I promise you, there is a coach out there for you. There is someone who coaches lawyers. There's someone who coaches social workers. There's someone who coaches,
Pilates instructors.
Well, yeah, I just said, but I said, if you're not one of those already, there's someone who coaches yoga instructors, there's someone who coaches, managers of franchises. Like there are people out there who coach all these things. And it's just a matter of finding the one that resonates with you, that gets you. So don't just fall for a really good, funnel. Talk with them. Ask them like what you're nervous about. Share like, here's my biggest fear. I'm going to sign up with you and this is what's going to happen. And like, make sure that they have a money back guarantee and then do the work, but there's people out there who will help you.
Yeah. Well, stick around. We'll be right back. We're going to dig into a couple of those Be It action items that we got from Jill right after this. All right. So finally, let's talk about those Be It action items. What bold, executable, intrinsic, or targeted action items can we take away from your convo with Jill Allen? She said, hey, you got a block time schedule. Yo. She strongly advocates for block time scheduling for any business owner, even for those who dislike rigidity, which would be me.
Except for we just looked up things that help ADHD CEOs, and one of them is a fucking block schedule.
Yeah. Because it's like a sandbox that you get to do whatever you want within that time.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, she explained that without a plan, a business owner can find 100 things to do with their day, which is the story of my life.
I just watched you start to put together the towel thing during a work day. And I was like, that has nothing to do with the work today.
No, but I was just listening to things but then I got ADD because my drill stopped and I couldn't use it. Good times. So there's that. She explained without a plan, business owners can find 100 things to do with the day. And by creating start and stop times just for tasks, this prevents you from getting sidetracked, which helps manage an otherwise unstructured day. So we love a kitchen timer. We love a kitchen timer.
Like time cubes are really great. I was just telling agency members this in the office hours we did it the other day. I said, literally, I have to, especially when I'm overwhelmed and I am in the reentry, because I'm always over when we get back to work, even though I am like, we did all the work I needed to do so I could start, fresh. I still have to start. I'm not ahead. And I go, oh God, I have to touch this inbox. And I set the timer for 15 minutes and I scan for the most important emails. The timer goes off. I'm like, okay, 15 minutes in this Slack. Okay, 15. And like before you know it, you're caught up on things. The overwhelm starts to dissipate because you actually have seen that there's not really any fires that are going on.
Right.
And the stories in your head are not true. But time blocks. It's so, because I won't work on other things because I'm on the timer of the first thing.
Yep. Well, what about you? What was the biggest takeaway?
She said, before making a decision or starting a new venture, ask yourself, what's the worst thing that's going to happen?
I really appreciated this.
I love this because if you determine you can handle the worst case outcome, you should move forward with it. She
specifically said because she was working in the orthodontics industry, but wanted to start coaching new orthodontic business owners. She said, what's the worst that could happen is we could get no clients and then I go bankrupt. And that will affect my credit score. And then, what am I going to do? Right. She's like, but there is a path after that. She's like, so once I embraced that, then it wasn't as scary as this amorphous black hole of like, what if things just don't go right?
Well, we had this idea we were talking about, and not that we have any time for it, but we were talking about doing this thing. And I kept just thinking like, oh my God, there's so much uncertainty right now. It's going to cost us so much money. I'm not going to find this thing that I want. And if it doesn't work out, then we're like fucked, right? Like it could actually cost us things. And then we came up with this idea. We're like, oh, we could just build it in the backyard. And it's like, because the worst case is the idea sucks. It doesn't work. And we have a beautiful ADU in the backyard. And so I want to move forward with that.
Yeah. I'm excited about it.
All right. The other thing she said I want to bring up before we move on is be brave, not perfect. And she was referencing a book, and I am sorry, guys, I am forgetting the name of that book. But
I think the book is called Brave,
Not Perfect. Brave, Not Perfect.
Yeah, it's by Reshma Saujani.
Oh, is it Reshma?
Reshma Saujani.
But Reshma, the Reshma?
I don't know who the Reshma is. So
if it's the Reshma, she has the best college graduating speech. If it's her, she's
a lawyer,
yes,
politician, civil
this
servant,
woman, this woman is absolutely incredible. She's the one who talked about bike face. If you haven't, look her up, Google bike face college speech. And it's this whole thing that back when bikes were invented, when bicycles were not just invented, but like more popular, poor people can have them. They started telling women they had bike face because now women could just get around on their own. I kid you not, the number of times that women finally get like a fucking inch of independence and they're like, oh, let's just like fuck this up. So what happened is women couldn't ride the bicycles in their dresses. So they started wearing trousers and people didn't like that they're wearing trousers. That's a problem. And they also could get around without a male and they could be independent and they could, have a fucking dream in life of their own. Anyways, they would tell women, be careful, you're going to have bike face. You won't be attractive and then no one will marry you. Anyways, that is who Reshma is. And I am obsessed with her. So Brave, Not Perfect. Well, we should all read that book. We should have, maybe next year, I should have a book club.
Fun idea.
A Beit Pod book club. I don't know that I can get the authors every time, but maybe I could figure that out.
If you like that idea, let us know by texting 310-905-5534. What do you think about a Beit Pod book club? The Beit Pod squad.
Yeah. Oh, that's what I want to call you guys. Instead of I call you Beit Babes, and I kind of want to call you the Beit Pod squad. I also need to know, like, does that sound good or does it sound like I'm creating like a cult? Just don't want to create a cult.
You're not creating a cult. You're creating a squad.
But if it is a book club, I do believe that I would want somehow the club has to be a podcast episode. You guys, my team will freak out if we had another Zoom call that does not produce an episode or a class. So anyways, okay. Well, Jill Allen, thank you for being you. And thank you for just reminding us that we should have grit and stand in confidence and just go for it. It was just such a wholesome, wonderful interview. And I'm really excited for every orthodontist who gets to work for you, because I'm sure most of our listeners' kids are going to benefit from that, including our listeners. You know what? Adults with braces. It's a thing now.
It's true.
And share this with a friend who needs to hear it. And be it till you see it.
Bye for now.
That's all I got for this episode of the Be It Till You See It podcast. One thing that would help both myself and future listeners is for you to rate the show and leave a review. And follow or subscribe for free wherever you listen to your podcast. Also, make sure to introduce yourself over at the Be It Pod on Instagram. I would love to know more about you. Share this episode with whoever you think needs to hear it. Help us and others be it till you see it. Have an awesome day.
Be It Till You See It is a production of the Bloom Podcast Network. If you want to leave us a message or a question that we might read on another episode, you can text us at +1 310 905 5534 or send a DM on Instagram at beitpod.
It's written, filmed, and recorded by your host, Lesley Logan, and me, Brad Crowell.
It is transcribed, produced, and edited by the epic team at Diseño.co.
Our theme music is by Ali at Apex Production Music, and our branding by designer and artist Gianfranco Cioffi.
Special thanks to Melissa Solomon for creating our visuals.
Also to Angelina Herrico for adding all of our content to our website. And finally, to Meredith Root for keeping us all on point and on time.